doing?
You're crazy.
No, you're crazy. Go do what you got to do. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Right Stuff. Oh
Whatever.
God. It's been a day. How's everybody doing today? I don't know. There's so much going on. So much. No viewers. That's good. But we have a comment. How is it that I have no viewers but a comment? Hola! It's Beer Nuts is with us. How are you, Nuts? Good to have you. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on. They were working on electric today on the corner of my what do you call it, a street still? I used to call it a block when I lived in New York. But on the corner of my road, yeah, that's it, South Road. And they knocked out my electricity. And it's been just crazy ever since. Jen is trying to post something to Instagram. I don't know. Hello, Angela Ricca. Hello, Billy Nolan. How are you? Really bad hair day today. I've been reading the border bill like crazy, and maybe we'll actually get to it tonight. Unbelievable. It's kind of like the Inflation Reduction Act that didn't reduce inflation. This is a border bill that doesn't close the borders. So really, really crazy stuff. Hey, Lucille, how are you? And Gloria is with us. How are you, Gloria? We might not have Grandma Joe because she's having a heart attack because she can't get into her computer ever since, the electric went out. She's only next door to me. So yeah, crazy stuff. Mickey, how are you? Oh, great, Mick. Good to have you here. First time viewer on live. Fantastic. We love that.
Got one thing.
Yeah, more smoke and mirrors. Yeah. Let me tell you something. This thing reads like a Bill of Rights for illegal migrants. It's crazy. Yeah, she was here for a second, Lucille.
He'll close the borders and limit it now. But how about you didn't open them? How about that?
Yeah, well, there you go. And the professor is with us tonight. How are you, Professor? Good to see you. Okay, well, I guess we should start the show. Maybe that might be the right thing to do right about now.
A half inch means a lot sometimes.
This pumpkin latte sucks, and I want to speak to your manager.
How much is the economy today? It's that much.
Objection, hearsay. Objection, leading. Objection, hearsay.
Where is that woman when Biden speaks?
I'm ringing the bell for Gloria.
I emptied my junk. I emptied my junk drawer, and now it's fuller than it was before I emptied it. How is that possible? And more disorders.
Grandma Joe. Okay, Grandma Joe's talking to us on her phone. I don't know. I think you're talking to us on Right Stuff. But who am I to argue with my mother? Nice jacket, Jen. Oh, NYPD. Yes, it is.
It's DEA. DEA.
The DA. All right.
DEA.
DEA. Okay. All right. So anyway, I thought we'd start off with the insanity that is going on, not just in our country, but in all countries. Watch this young woman telling, watch.
Religion you're allowed to do anywhere.
No, miss, you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church grounds, by the way.
You're not allowed to sing church songs outside
of church songs or church
you're not allowed
grounds. That's fine. That's
you're not allowed. She just said you're not allowed to sing church songs outside of church.
Outside of church grounds, unless you have unless you've been authorized by the church to do this kind of songs.
It's not saying anything anymore.
Are you saying that you don't care about the Human Rights Act? You're lost?
That's the British Karen. She needs one of these. Oh, I got it broke. No gospel.
There will be no church song singing outside of church grounds unless you have a written letter from the vicar.
And when is there ever paid volunteers?
I You know what? I watched that clip 1,000 times.
It was the first thing I noticed.
Unpaid volunteer.
Every time I volunteered, I've gotten nothing. Shit. So, headaches and shit. Why I don't do it.
Have a great show. Love you again.
Love you.
I mean, nice. Okay, wait. Oh, because I'm rereading the same stuff. Okay. Colleen Mahoney is here. How are you? Yeah, nasty tongue. Yeah, no kidding. Both ways, right? Nasty tongue. Both
And nasty tooth.
It's from old tea. Oh my God. All right. So we're going to take you back to the days when Democrats didn't lose their mind. Remember those days? Some of you out there might have even been Democrats in your lifetime. And this was the thinking of Democrats back in the day.
Not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
Oh, how the tables have turned, Democrats.
They have certainly turned. I mean, really, that's, you know, I don't know. Yeah, nice uniform for a volunteer. I agree, Gloria. Yeah, she had all this stuff. She had radios and everything else. That was pretty cool stuff. All right, so Bill Clinton had it right. Unfortunately, that seems eons ago, you know, in the New World Order, because Trump had our border under control. Do we all agree? Does everybody agree that when Trump was in office, our border was under control?
It was.
Well, look at what Biden did to screw it up. This is the moment that our borders went haywire.
A few executive orders to strengthen the immigration system, building on the executive actions I took on day one to protect dreamers, and to end the Muslim ban, and to better manage our borders. And that's what these three different executive orders are about. And I want to make it clear, there's a lot of talk, with good reason, about the number of executive orders that I've signed. I'm not making new law. I'm eliminating bad policy. What I'm doing is taking on the issues that 99% of them, that the last president of the United States issued executive orders I thought were very counterproductive to our security, counterproductive to who we are as a country, particularly in the area of immigration. This is about how America is safer, stronger, more prosperous when we have a fair, orderly, and humane legal immigration system. And with the first action today, we're going to work to undo the moral and national shame of the previous administration that literally, not figuratively, ripped children from the arms of their families, their mothers and fathers at the border, and with no plan, none whatsoever, to reunify the children who are still in custody and their parents. The second action addresses the root causes of our migration to our southern border. And the third action, the third order I'm going to be signing, orders a full review of the previous administration's harmful and counterproductive immigration policies, basically across the board.
You know why he wore that mask and why he was speaking so clearly?
Why?
Because someone had their hand up his ass. Like, I mean, you see how clear he spoke? That's why he kept the mask on so long. There was a big Democratic hand up his ass, running his mouth for him.
Oh, excellent, excellent. But did he actually do it? Biden admin claims it's secure too. Yeah, no. No. Thanks for making our viewing area larger. I don't know what that means. I was a Democrat till Monica was found under Clinton's desk. Okay. If we rid of all illegals, who will fight for our next big war?
The transgenders, hello. All the clingers. That's who's...
Oh, we've got one of those on the show today. Yeah. Biggest moron on the planet. Second biggest moron is Camilla. 1,000%. 1,000%. Hello, Howard Zim. Good to have you here. Peter, how are you? Oh, well, thank you, Peter. Tell all your friends. Tell 1,000 friends if you can.
Then we'll have 12 viewers.
Then we'll have all right, so I don't know if you guys saw Tucker Carlson's interview with this guy. He was a biologist, and he went down to the Darien Gap, and he went to see what was going on in the Darien Gap. It's a long interview, so I only clipped a bit of it, but this is 3 minutes long. I know.
I
but
can't do that.
No, but once you start listening to him, it goes really fast. Listen to what he had to say.
You have all of these migrants from all over the world. Many of them are South American, but that is by no means the whole story. People are coming from the Middle East. We met Afghans. We met people from the Caribbean, Haitians. There are people from Yemen, Iran. It's shocking, really. When you go into this camp, Canam Brio, you see the hallmark of the international community. You see NGO emblems all over the place, proudly American flags. They've paid for the water system, the toilets that are there. The United States government is facilitating this economic migration, and it's unmistakable. This migration, once it gets through the Darien Gap, boards buses, and effectively what I now understand is that all of the countries in Central America are effectively waving the migrants through, because those migrants are not going to stop in these countries. As long as they keep going to the U.S., these countries are willing to remain silent about it. San Vicente, first of all, it's not a town. This is a camp that is built as a transit camp. It's built of containers and various objects to house people. And it is almost entirely Chinese. Now, there were Chinese folks. Chinese.
That's a long way from China.
It sure is. And what's more, in this camp, the rule that you're able to go in and walk around and talk to people is not in evidence. The Senafront, the Panamanian border control, actually forbid us to go into the camp. So we had to stay on the outside of it. We were also forbidden to photograph it. So what photographs we have were taken covertly. Outside of the San Vicente camp, the Chinese migrants are, you can interact with them. There are a couple of shops where they go to buy water or snacks or whatever. And so you can interact with them at those places. They are the opposite of forthcoming. They have no interest in talking to outsiders. And I've been to dangerous places before. I've been to places where people fear their government and can't talk to you because they feel it's not safe. This didn't feel like that at all. This felt like people who did not want to share information because it would be a mistake to do so. And what's more, there was an incident where Michael, who has lived in China, he's been all over the world, and he started up or tried to start up a conversation with a guy who claimed to be from Korea. And Michael tripped him up and got him to speak Chinese. And then there was uproarious laughter at the fact that he had tried to pull this caper on Michael. So it is not a friendly migration.
You can't do that to that girl. She killed herself now. So,
So Jen is gone because the clips are too long.
Nah.
I had a feeling we'd see Svetlana tonight because we're talking about immigration. Hi, Ramon. How are you? Tucker interview. Yes, Tucker is going to interview Putin, supposedly. You know, we don't know if he was granted the interview. It was hard signing into your show tonight. This is 2 weeks in a row. It's like we've never been friends. What's going on? That I don't know, and I could see that it was hard because our viewership took about 20 minutes for people to get on. Anyway, it's good to be here. Hi, ladies. Everybody buy Martin's book. Martin's book is about transgender. Next one. Svetlana.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think about this this migration and this border bill?
Well, first off, we don't come here through Rio Grande. It's too dirty. So we come private jet with rich men like Biden's son, Hunter. We don't wade through water and dirty stuff and get mold on us. No. We first class. We're first class hoes.
Well, let me tell you something. That border bill has lots of money for your country, for Ukraine. So if they give you all that money, you're going to go back?
Yet.
No,
You're going back to that place. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, you know, don't worry about it because that border bill also allows for Ukrainian refugees to come right in with no problem.
But like us Russian, Ukraine, we used to become citizens, try to get money from government. Now there's no money left because it goes to Venezuelan. No. It goes to Ukraine, but I'm here now. So,
there's plenty of money for the Ukrainian refugees. Don't worry.
Not here. They go to Venezuelans, to thugs. We're quiet thugs, classy thugs.
I'll show you the bill, and you'll see the money.
We have our teeth.
To one of those Central American countries and just take it over. You know what, Howard? According to, and I think that you should all TuckerCarlson.com. You can see the whole interview there. It's mind blowing what this guy says. Yeah, but I love Svetlana off the stripper pole too. Peter Gremberg. Martin's book is very good. Kept me wanting to turn the pages. He's a great writer. All dollar bills for Ukraine. Yeah, big dollar bills with hundreds on them, billions on them. Give me a shot of that vodka. Me too, man.
This is my baby.
Well, but what good is a baby if it can't work for you?
It can. It works. I drink it and I go on stripper pole. It's fine. It does the job.
Well, Svetlana, this is a clip from Jen. Well, it's a compilation of clips. You know, last week we had migrants who
baby heavy.
we won't want your breast implants to be dented by that bottle. Last week they were migrants who actually beat up a cop, and it led to a whole sting operation. So Jen had some video on her Instagram, so we're going to show that here and also what else happened to them. Watch.
Robándome el billete entero, señora, no soy pandillero. La fama me pela, yo hacia ratero, bregando en la calle, contamos el dinero, joseamos, contamos, prendemos el mechero. Tú sabes, mi hermano, no soy pandillero. La vida la paso contando. 3 libros activas me paso volando, oyendo más que me sigan buscando. Si saben, cabrones, que estoy coronando. Algo de esta puta la tengo mamando con todo el dinero que estoy facturando. Somos ladrones y se pasan llorando. En la vuelta estamos aquí, mucho para la. A nadie le estamos copiando. Soy del 29 y andamos con Pacho viajando con el patrón.
They walked across the border for a better life, but now they are walking out in handcuffs after police say their American dream was to commit crime.
Anything you want to say for yourself?
How did these migrants end up on the wrong side of the law? Police say it did not happen overnight and that they are organized criminals accused of being a part of a citywide robbery pattern.
Migrants preying on vulnerable New Yorkers in New York City, over 60 victims.
This surveillance video, police say, shows a victim holding on to a purse. The thief on a moped dragging the victim. Police are also looking into whether or not the men seen on this surveillance video attacking 2 police officers in Times Square are also a part of this same group.
What? I get debit card if I have baby.
How much are they giving out?
$1,000.
Ah,
We
good.
signed paper that we promise not to use anywhere but bodega or supermarket with stupid fools, stupid Americans. I give to the cashier, he gives me $500 for my card. Cash.
Howard Zim, what's going on today is right out of Atlas Shrugged, 100%. Yes, he is in Moscow and he is trying to interview Putin. So let's see. Okay, here is a clip from a young woman from Germany who's warning America about the immigration. Watch.
America and Europe are facing incredibly similar problems. And that's because we are under attack by the same sick globalist agenda. As a result of that, my continent finds itself in rough waters, and that is to put it mildly. Europe is being flooded with immigrants from non-Western countries. Our national identities are being destroyed and replaced. Our sovereignty is given up to bureaucrats, unelected bureaucrats, may I add, in Brussels. Our churches are closing their doors, and we are spending billions and billions of euros on a non-existing climate crisis and a war in Ukraine that isn't even ours. In fact, I would go as far as to say that we are paying for our own destruction.
Well said.
Well said. Well said is right. Okay, let's see what we have here. Illegal aliens walk free while former Marine gets arrested for protecting the innocent. This is so very true. The immigration issue is by design to destroy the USA. It's sickening, but it's not just the USA, Mick. It's all of Europe. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, the global leaders, national threat. Excellent comment. Democrats cry about gun control, but they let in 10 million unvetted immigrants and criminals go free.
Do you see all those guns those men had, those migrants?
That's right.
And money, more money than me after 24-hour on full.
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound like here. And you know what? As long as they get women that look like that to talk about it, maybe we'll get something done. Hello, Andrew Dorman. How are you? Democrat leadership doesn't work. So Svetlana, do you want to maybe take a look at the border bill with me? Well, hold on a second. Italy has a large Chinese immigration. Isn't that interesting, right? The Chinese are migrating. All right, let's see. Share screen. I'm going to try to do this. I think I can do it. Here it is. Okay, here we go. So here is the border bill. We're not going to go through it all. It's only 19 pages. I think everybody should look at it. But the first line here is 48.43 billion for Ukraine, 10.6 billion to support Israel, 2.58 billion to bolster the U.S. allied capabilities in the Indo-Pacific. That's Taiwan. 3.3 billion to enhance the U.S. submarine base. 34.9 billion to restore the readiness of the U.S.
Wait, so Ukraine get way more money than our own bases?
Exactly.
Well, your bases, but mine now, because I'm here.
But yours now. 98 million for investments in isotopes. Somebody tell me what
isotope like gloves?
No, that's isotona.
Oh, I thought they'd get gloves that change color.
149 million for nuclear security, and then 2.72 billion for uranium production. 400 million for FEMA. Okay, 2.334 billion for assistance for newly arrived refugees from Ukraine. That's for you, Svetlana. $299 million to sustain the protection of U.S. diplomatic facilities in Ukraine, Israel, and other at-risk facilities. $7.85 billion for direct budget support for Ukraine. $1.6 billion in foreign military financing to address Ukraine.
I like this.
You liking it?
Maybe I go back.
$3.5 billion in foreign military financing to help Israel. $85 million for U.S. efforts to support Arab partners in the Middle East. $2 billion includes two provisions that enable enhanced support for the world's poorest countries to mitigate the economic impact of Russia's war against Ukraine and the exploitation of heightened debt vulnerabilities by the People's Republic of China and use of economic coercion to advance its interests. In other words, to pay off Chinese debt. $9.2 billion in Division A to sustain global humanitarian assistance. So we got to help everybody in Ukraine, Gaza, West Bank, East Africa, South Asia, and elsewhere. $25 million for the Department of State and U.S. aid offices of the Inspector General. Okay, let's see. Oh, it increases presidential drawdown authority. Oh, and by the way, all of this stuff ends by 2025. So this is not a border bill. Provides $440 million to hire additional immigration judge teams and to increase the capacity of the immigration courts to expeditiously process.
So that we can vote for.
Exactly.
But let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Ukraine, I think, only gives wheat and petroleum. We're not big exporters. Israel gives nothing, so they get hardly anything. Sounds to me like they just want blind pockets with secret money.
It sounds
right.
Like he's paying off Zelensky to keep a hush about his son Hunter's corruption.
Duh.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have $210 million for housing, medical, and transportation requirements for the inmate population, which are asylum seekers.
Where are vets?
What's that? No vets. Not here. Drug enforcement, $23.2 million to disrupt and dismantle the Mexican cartels. That's interesting.
You can't do that.
$33 million to the Office of the Secretary and Executive Management for monitoring, analyzing, public reporting on, and projecting immigration flows and the impacts policy changes and funding have on flows. In other words, it's for a study. $6.766 billion to U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And now it starts to talk about what they can spend it on. Very, very specific things to expend it on. So we got oh no, what happened? Oh no.
It's fine.
Okay. At any rate, you read the bill. It's easily gotten. There is a whole bunch in there about, well, the one I wanted to show you. Let me see if I can bring it back up. I won't. There's money in there. There's new visas so that if they want to adjudicate right at the border, so that when you come over, you get an immediate adjudication. And if you are found to be able to have asylum, you get working papers immediately. So then if you don't get asylum, they created an appeals division. And this appeals division is made up of migrants. They're made up of people from other countries to have the migrants appeal if they were told that they have to go back home.
How about you mail papers while you're home? They read, they do Zoom interview, and then you come if you want.
No. You come over illegally, you get adjudicated at the border. If you are approved at the border, you get working papers and you get sent to the United States. An immediate visa for work.
You try to do that in Ukraine, you go look for your head because they take it.
And guess what else? They are now created a new visa for your family to come over here to visit you. So you now take responsibility for your family members and they can come over and visit you. There's no penalties if they don't go home, but they have this new visa. And also a bunch of rules for Afghanistan, people from Afghanistan. Also, if you fight in a war for America, you get an automatic, you become a citizen. Let's see what else is in there. Did I mention? Oh, the appeals. I told you the new appeals court. So if they say, oh, and they pay for the lawyers for not only children, but also for people that are considered incompetent to be able to defend themselves in court.
So all of them.
So they give them lawyers for free. So if anybody says to you that this bill is, to protect the border, it is not. The measly $23 million that are, one thing it does say is that we can erect fencing. But it's within the $23 million, so like border wall, like Trump had a border wall, says that we could erect fencing. But it also says that it gives the Secretary of State amazing powers. And also you should know that 5,000, there's a stipulation in there. If the 5,000 people per day come for a week,
they can turn away the rest a day. I thought it was a day.
Yeah, but it has to happen for 7 days. 5,000, but it can only be, 5,000 who are found not to be able to have asylum. Not 5,000, period. 5,000 who are found that are not eligible for asylum per day for 7 days. Then there's emergency orders for the Secretary of State to close the border. However, they can only close the border for a period of 14 days. And then it has to be reopened. And in the first year, it can only be done for 225 days. The second year, 180 days.
This sounds like COVID rules. You're allowed 6 people in house for Thanksgiving. You'll have 7. No. Someone has COVID more than 5 days. You need to test. You come back positive. You still go to work. I don't get it. This. Sounds just like COVID rule.
Exactly. Oh my God.
You stand 6 feet apart when you come to the border.
Oh my God. This Democrat leadership doesn't work. Indeed. We already did that. It is a joke. I showed you a lot of it. There's so much more. It's only 19 pages. Read it. It is mind-blowing. All countries are in so much debt to China, right? So our tax dollars are going to pay the debt of the poorest countries in the world to China so that they are not coerced by China.
So then we are the poorest country in the world now. America.
That's considered a border bill. A border bill. Why are the Chinese fleeing China? That's got to be an expensive trip, black market or not. Yeah, well, they're fleeing. I don't think they're fleeing China.
They're fleeing. These are criminals in your country. You're criminal. You leave so you don't get put in jail.
Hi, Sean Conley. How are you? Good to have you. Oh my gosh. There's so much in that bill. We could do a 2-hour show and still not cover it. Keep the USA out of debt, worry-free. Yeah, that'd be good. Dominic, how are you? Oh, he's arguing with the leftists. Don't argue with the leftists. There's no winning. They're all mine F's. New law in Ukraine, draft dodgers shot in kneecaps with real guns. Tim Scott said, Hades, no. Oh, okay. Hell no. If Trump becomes president, he's going to stop Mexican imports on day 1 until they shut down illegal immigrants crossing the border. Good. We need to shut down Chinese exports. How about that? So they don't want to stop
nothing here in America.
Yeah, they want it exactly, Colleen. They're expediting the invasion. That read like the Illegal Migrants Bill of Rights. If you read this bill, they're turning themselves into pretzels to make sure that the migrants stay and can have visits from their family from other countries. It's craziness.
But they have nowhere to put them.
Yeah, Svetlana should have come through the border. She would be rich now.
No, because then dress will get ruined. I don't do that.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. So anyway, so that was the migrant bill. And I showed you already the first that the first line was money for Ukraine. So in case you see Chuck Schumer trying to push this, or Joe Biden or anybody else, you show them that the first line says Ukraine. It is a border bill like the Inflation Reduction Act reduced inflation.
No, it's like that bill when they put penises in it. They give lady boys penis or vagina. They just snuck in. This one they just put at top. I mean, you have to be dumb not to see it. The other one they buried in page 7,265. Lady boy get vagina. 7 billion. You need to read. That's why when you lease car, you read. Because they stick it up your ass. Literally. Then you wind up with the vagina if you're a man. If you don't read. Always read, boys and girls. Even if you don't understand, you get interpreter.
Reading is fundamental. Oh, the border bill pays for your interpreter too. So
that's fine.
Not a problem. Oh my God. Okay. Well, listen to this. This is funny. This is a CNN interview, and listen to what this guy says.
In the back. You don't touch our police officers. You don't touch anybody. Thank you, everybody.
I mean, we're hearing a change when it comes to immigration in general from President Biden on down. To hear her talk about that, it is also directly related to the fact that these were police officers. Does that have any impact? Does that change anything?
Well, it's so complicated because, you know, you're a New Yorker. You move through this city every day as I do. We see these people. We touch these people. They're out looking for work. They're delivering our food. They're at the gas stations and the car wash. I mean, these are people who came in waves, you know, 170,000 probably to New York City. But within that group, this hardworking, you know, throngs of people in search of hope and a better life, there is this 1%er, you know, criminal element that looks at a different opportunity here. These individuals, I went over their rap sheets yesterday, multiple charges, grand larceny, robbery, attempted robbery, grand larceny, grand larceny. This particular crew operated on mopeds and scooters. They were doing organized retail theft. They were doing snatches on the street, iPhones, iPads, clothing, so on and so forth. One of them that they are still seeking has 10 charges on one day because he's part of a pattern that's been going on. And I'm looking at the dates that their arrest started, which is probably close to when they got here. They've only been here a couple of months. So what the detectives are telling me is they have crews here that operate in New York, do all their stealing, then go to Florida to spend the money and then come back. And I'm like, well, why don't they just stay and steal in Florida? And they said, because there you go to jail.
Oh.
Jen!
I'm back.
So good to have you back, Jen.
Thank you.
So in Florida, they go to jail.
Yes, and that's why my son is going to be a sheriff there.
There you go. More than 12 million a year. That's true. The math is 10 million man infantry for World War III. You know
Listen, all of a sudden, Hochul worries about the cops because she's coming up for re-election soon.
Oh, yeah, this is true. This is true. Well, did I say that the border bill, if you fight for America, you become an automatic citizen? That's in there. Bobby Dutcher. Yes, better late than never. Definitely. Trump will fix all this BS. Absolutely, he will. It's the Ukrainian border bill. Yeah, it is the Ukrainian border bill. Bisexual partisan bill. Excellent. Trish, 60 seconds short of this right here. You guys are go. Oh, thank you, Trish. Thank you. Biden has all the tools to stop this border crisis. Yep. And we showed it earlier. You weren't here, Dominic. You were arguing with a lib on text. We showed Biden undo all of Trump's work. North Korea. Yeah, well, you know what? Deport them to Ukraine or Israel. Let them fight the war. Want to use Biddy Biden's laptop. Yeah, indeed. Okay, so look at what's happening to California. You know, another sanctuary city.
Of all the bad places I've been to in the United States, I don't know if I've ever been to a city that's as vastly run down, abandoned, and out of control as Oakland, California. This is the side of town where most of the homeless camps are located. Some look like something you'd see in Haiti. Lean-to shacks made of recovered junk that serve as 4 walls and a roof, but that's just about it. Other areas just outside of downtown are home to hundreds of people camped out in makeshift shanties among piles of trash with rats. Parts of West Oakland don't even look like the United States.
It looks like Philly.
This is happening. This is America. Can you believe that?
Paris looks like that. Almost. I mean, the streets don't, but it's all tented up.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It looks like, what was that whole tent city thing with those lazy liberals called? Generation. Wait. Wall Street. Occupy Wall Street. That's it. Well, speaking of those millennials, I thought this was a funny little ditty to show tonight, but it's actually true. Watch.
I know America's pretty divided right now, but I really draw the line at when people are like, oh, it's so bad, we might end up having another civil war. It's like, really? Like, have you seen Americans? We are way too lazy to participate in a second civil war. We have an app that delivers McDonald's to our doorstep. That's not a nation that's really brimming with, like, start a second country energy. No, we're a country that will take our clothes out of the dryer and put them on a chair for several days. Like, you're going to tell me the South is going to rise again? I don't really think so. It's like, I know some of you are like, oh, January 6th, Matt, what about January 6th? It's like, yeah, but January 6th gave off more of like a Home Alone vibe than it did like a Glory vibe. Like, I just think it's way too hard to organize things. Like, no one's 5 to 9 after their 9 to 5 is going to be war. Like Netflix literally has an autoplay function at the end of episodes because they know how tired we are after work. We don't even want to touch a TV remote. You're going to tell me people are going to be dressing for combat? I just think, look, no matter how bad things get in this country, even if there is a civil war, it's like, it's going to be very few participants. Like, most of us are just going to be on the couch, like, texting, like, sorry I can't be there. Like, tell me how it goes.
We'll be watching it on Netflix. We'll watch the documentary. Let me know when that comes out. Let's see how it ended.
Yeah, this is true. This is the new generation. And he's not kidding. But speaking of documentaries, I don't know if everybody saw this, but this is what actually happened with the J6 committee. And this comes from Frontline PBS. Watch this. Blow your mind.
Thompson's committee had gathered a trove of information. The challenge, what to do with it.
The one thing that we knew was the information that we have is compelling. The thing we needed to do was tell that to the American people in a compelling way. So that's why we brought in the former president of ABC News.
Yeah, I got a call pretty much out of the blue from the January 6th committee. They wanted a storyteller. And while they were brilliant lawyers, storytelling for a mass audience is not what they do.
To bring in a guy like this who would think outside the box really did prove to be fruitful. And it was Goldston who really began to envision this as, in a way, a kind of mini-series, that there would be, sort of 9 episodes, and that these episodes would tackle particular themes.
Attack on the Capitol, the investigation.
The first hearing was primetime television.
As the nation is about to witness a defining moment, the first hearing before the country, the results of the January 6th investigation.
This is an extraordinary moment in American history.
When it came to that first hearing, we knew how high the stakes were.
Is about to hold its first primetime hearing.
We were either gonna, make people realize that this was important, or once you've lost them, you've lost them for good.
On the evening of June 9th, 8:01 p.m., the doors opened. My heart was beating pretty fast on June 9th. And it was a real question of, is this going to work or not?
All right, everybody, here we go. 5 on the line, please.
I'm in this tiny control room right up the stairs from Cannon Caucus. And we count down to the start of the hearing. And at that point, what can you do?
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
the Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol will be in order. Without objection.
We wanted to make sure that this was a presentation that would grab the audience and hold on to them. Chairman Thompson loved to say, it's got to pop.
Oh, sorry. I was reading the casting call I got for that. Looking for white females in their 20s or 30s, preferably with mullet, for leftists. I was out at that point. That can do crocodile tears and pretend like January 6th was real. I didn't make it. But I got it. Got the casting call.
Oh my God! Our comments are exploding. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Let's see. Meanwhile, Democrats are still dealing with January 6th. Yeah. Okay. God. Displaced persons. January 6th was exactly what our founding fathers would have wanted. Yeah, exactly what that Constitution was written for. I hate ABC News, and I argued over that with her too.
Don't yell at your mother, Dominic.
J6 was a simple protest that got out of control. It was Antifa or BLM that would have burned the Capitol down. Nobody burned the Capitol down. You think about it. Nobody was arrested on the scene.
And nobody got killed in BLM. They ruined everything. They hurt officers. They hurt animals. They threw Molotovs. They didn't get killed. One woman who served got killed.
That's right. A protester got killed.
And then they said the cop died from that, and they realized it wasn't from them.
Right. Heart attack instead. Everything was peaceful until they started firing tear gas into the crowd. Nobody got arrested on the scene. Nobody. Cops opened the doors. Yeah, they are liars. Absolutely. The Republicans are losers. They should do same thing with the 500 riots in 50 Democrat cities. Yeah, exactly. But it was all a production.
I know, because I got the call.
No words, just anger. Indeed. Jen, your SAG card just disintegrated.
Disintegrated a long time ago.
And smarter as well. Oh, thanks, Trish. Jen, don't tell Svetlana I like you better. Oh, me too. I like her better too. I was crying when I saw security letting people walk throughout the inside of the Capitol. Yeah. Through the ropes yet. Through the ropes. But at any rate.
I mean, if I was a guard and I saw someone walk in with those horns and I would be like, wait, where are you going? Just stop.
But they didn't, and you know that. You know they didn't. They didn't stop anybody.
Well, they were told not to, and
of course.
Hochul never, not Hochul, what's her name? The other one that looks like Hochul, her
Pelosi.
Never called in anybody, never alarmed them. She knew.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're as bad as Trump.
You know what? They said that this was planned for so long, but how smart are you then? Working in Congress and FBI, if nobody figured this out. If I post one thing that has the wrong word, I'm taken down by a 5-year-old that's behind a screen saying if it's fact or not on Facebook. But you couldn't tell if there was.
They knew.
Of course they knew.
That's why they had the cameras rolling to get the footage. They should have filed for a permit, then they would be fine. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take to make people see that that was a protest just like every other one. And the only reason that it's getting so much attention is because the people who really wanted to hold power, Pelosi and Schumer and the Democrats, were offended by the fact that so many people would come there to question what they were going to do about an election that had anomalies.
Listen, windows got broken. Windows got broken in New York City. Windows got broken in South Carolina. Windows got broken in Texas. Windows got broken in Florida. All during those riots.
That's right. That's right. And people died during those riots. Cops died during those riots. There were plenty of police officers.
If you Google how many officers were injured during the BLM movement, you'd be shocked.
Yep.
I think it was 70,000.
It was a lot of
Jimmy's son's brother-in-law was in the hospital.
A lot of people got hurt, got killed, got shot by protesters. So
But you
big
don't hear that.
difference between January 6th and the BLM riots. And oh, by the way, they took over the 3rd precinct in in the BLM riots. They were climbing the building. They were trying to get in. That is a government building. How come that wasn't a problem? The problem was is that they knew that this protest was coming and they were going to do anything they could to get out of hand.
But it's the Congress. I mean, it's a federal offense, but so is hitting a police officer.
What is a federal offense?
Well, it was a federal building, so obviously it has to be a federal offense.
It's
Vandalism.
it's the people's building.
But is it? It's not federal land. The land.
It's the people's building, and it is.
I was going to make a very good comparison. That all of those people are still sitting in jail waiting for a trial, where migrants hit police officers, and that's a federal offense, and they got let out without bail.
That's
and now
right.
They fled.
That is absolutely correct.
So that's what I was going to say. You thought I was going to go against everything.
No, I wasn't going against every. I just want to be.
No, you thought I was. No, and it's the truth.
Yeah.
They're still sitting there waiting for a fair trial. For
That's
what?
right.
They didn't kill anybody.
Yep. They should have filed. Okay, we read that already. What about the 2 fake bombs? Yep. Finding out that his story, he's the last person to commit a sedition act. He's a man of spirit. Trump, I'm guessing you're talking about. There's more crime committed at the West Indies parade. Yeah, that's the truth. Hey, Mickey, how are you, honey? It was set up to determine the American people while covering up, undermine. Okay, covering up. Yes, exactly. Jacob Chandler. Remember, this was the first event where we were told the night before the rally was going to be infiltrated, and it was. It was. We saw it with our own eyes. Justice for Ashley Babbitt, never going to happen. Insurrection law, yeah. Biden is president.
No one's yelled her name.
Nobody's repeating.
Because we're not allowed. Because when you do it, you get kicked off Facebook and put in jail.
Yep. Okay, let's see. We got a lot more. And buildings were burned to the ground during the riots. Absolutely. And businesses were destroyed.
Yeah, families' lives are ruined. That's their money, their income. Totally ruined.
Economic devastation. Yep. Absolutely. Federal land should be synonymous with public land. It usually is. And it always was until this. Okay, so here's the thing. Now, we're talking about civil wars. We're talking about wars with Ukraine, World War III. Well, here's what we're going to get in our military. Watch.
Get ready with me to sign up for the military. I'm signing up for the military because I know my cat-like instincts would be very helpful in combat. And because I think Bacchus looks super cute in a military uniform. I'll be frolicking around in a pink uniform, though. If they're not okay with me wearing pink, they're gonna have to deal with my kitty wrath. I'll be honest. I've been super lonely here in my kitten burrow. So I know a change of military scenery will do wonders to my kitty brain. I'm gonna be super nervous trying to sneak in my catnip because I heard it's banned in the military. What the heck? I don't care that it's banned though. I need my catnip to be the best in combat because I'm here to serve and meow for this country. Anyways, you guys wish me good kitten luck on my journey to the military. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to serve for us.
What? I can serve in so many different positions. Look. Ooh, 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 meow, 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 meow.
That disturbed me and annoyed the fuck out of me. The ceilings stopped that much. I'd like to punch his mother in the face. I hope that was a joke. But I can't say this because he has amazing hair. So
the problem is we have so many problems with that.
Where is that Jake Miller again?
Wait, what? Oh my gosh, I can't.
That's where he's been, Jay Miller.
Amazing eyebrows, yeah, indeed. first wave or whack. Oh my God. I think they should wear pink that stands out better.
William Nolan wins tonight.
Billy Nolan wins almost every night. Oh my God. I feel so bad for those who want to join. Yeah. If he's going to be in the middle, he has to spay and neuter. I can't. Oh, we're going to have litter boxes in the military now.
I need help. Why do I need help? You know, I know this name, Peter, the way it's spelled, and I remember him not being nice, and I don't know if it's the same person, and I think it is.
I don't know. He's being
Remember
nice
Pete?
today.
You don't remember?
He's being nice today. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, the problems with the mental problems is that not only is he boy wanting to be a girl, but he wants to be a cat.
He has PTSD before he even fucking joined the army. I have a lot of friends like that fought for our country. They do heroin and that's what happens. He already has it, so what's going to happen after?
Oh my God.
This country is totally bipolar, let me tell you. It needs lithium.
With all the medication, we're still freaking bipolar. Thank you, Peter. He's not trying to be.
I know, I was kidding.
It's not him. Peter,
need help.
you know, you've got to have a tough skin when Jen's around. Oh my gosh, I can't. Put him on a decoy at the front line. I would make him the flag bearer. Do we still have those, or was that just during the Revolutionary?
You guys would be like, no, we do not want your land. What is that, cat boy? We don't want a land full of lady boys.
It could be disconcerting if he starts.
What's in the soil there in America?
If he starts digging in the sand to pee.
Then you see the girl dressed as a pig rolling in the mud. You'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with this place? Get the fuck out of here. What are they, on acid?
And the cow who tries to hop.
You know what?
Girl.
Maybe we should let them all join the army. Maybe that's what we need, because the guns never worked. You know, you always have to fight for a very long time. Maybe if you got to the line and you saw a lady pig in the mud and a human cat boy, he, she, lady boy with ears and nail polish and lipstick, and maybe you would just turn around and walk away. Because I would. I don't even care if my family's on there and then I had to save them. I'd probably turn around because I don't want to see what's more than what's behind that. If that's the front line, I don't want to see the back line, because the ass part is always the worst. I don't want to see it.
But that would screw up all of the defense contractors. They would be pissed off. Is all they would need is water bottles on the other side. Where'd you go? Shit.
I didn't. I'm looking for a car, so now I have 95 different car salesmen named Todd and Brad calling me.
Oh my God. I have so many more videos, but we can't show them all tonight. I never seen an acid come close to that. Yeah, really. Oh my gosh. Most petroleum bases probably affecting their brains. All right, let's see. What else do I have? I have this one.
I told you not to post videos of me from 1996.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. We got two more.
As a racial justice advocate, I'm often invited to give talks or to do workshops where I talk to white people about race. A big part of my practice is to offer real life stories, examples, that type of thing, that help white people to be able to identify white supremacy in everyday life. My husband's family is white, and I often use the cultural differences between my family and his family as a way to help white people see their whiteness. There's one example that I use that always gets a ton of pushback. My husband and I were late to our first Thanksgiving with his family. I say late because it started at 12. We got there at 12:10, but whenever we got there at 12:10, everybody was already sat down and eating. I didn't know that. I use this illustration to point out that different cultures have different understandings of time, lateness, and what it means to be polite. Without fail, a white person will push back and say that lateness is impolite. I always use this as a teachable moment. I usually ask a series of pointed questions that challenge their assumptions. Sometimes it takes a lot of work, but by the end they're able to identify how white cultural dominance works in this one small area of life, which opens the door for them to start peeling the onion.
So wait, then I'm black because the other day we went to DA, went away, and dinner was at 7, and it was 7:30, and I was still getting dressed, and I said, "Don't worry, we're fine." And we got there, and they were having dessert. So yes, I'm literally. First off, she makes no sense because no one said anything to you. So what point are you making?
I'm
that
sorry.
Prompt, that white people are prompt? I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I'm late all the time. But
I thought she was going to say his family made a joke saying, "Of course you're late." Like, where is she going with it?
I just don't understand why this woman would say that black people have a problem with time. That is just such a racist statement.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I didn't know why she went on a rant unless somebody there and his white family said, "Oh, of course you're late because you're married to her."
You're black. I mean, I don't get it.
She's trying to stir the pot for nothing. It's empty. It's empty.
I don't think. I don't believe I'm a racist. And I believe that
you must be straight from Algeria because you are late for everything.
Everything. Everything. And I know I'm not black, but here's what I know. I know that I don't think that black people have a problem getting driver's license or ID. I don't think that black people have a problem with math. I don't think black people have a problem with time. To lump everybody all together and say because you're black, you don't know how to tell time. You can't be prompt. That's ridiculous.
Me and you are the blackest motherfuckers on earth then, because I haven't made it on time to anyone.
I've never been prompt, ever. And I'm always getting yelled at. Maybe because my name is Letitia.
Your husband has never made a cocktail hour.
Never made a cocktail hour.
Not even mine, my own way. Late Letitia.
Oh my God.
She just totally pulled the stereotype and it works.
Oh my God. I'm telling my mom she's black because she's always late to holiday gatherings. Martin Lee, she lost you. Well, you probably weren't in the same time era.
Martin, did you just get here? We started at 7.
I mean, are you black? What's going on, Martin? Either come on, nuts, guilty conscience. So what do white people do other than having dinner?
And she just said she's late. So I don't get it.
Oh, really? I don't know. I've been to plenty of Black Sunday dinners. You ain't there. Dinner starts.
And they start early. They
you
start
can catch
early,
up.
right after church.
You can catch up, but that's dinner is when dinner is. Yeah, I agree with Jen. I don't know where she was going with that. Oh my God. All right. Well, before I want one more video. I know we're late. Should say sent by those who dislike America. They think being on time is a tool of white supremacy. What the hell is that about? I definitely identify as a black person. That's ridiculous. Who would go to hear her speak? I don't know. Apparently.
It's like Kamala Harris. She makes no sense.
A red guy, unless they don't like red people. Yeah, I guess so. No, not true. I know plenty of black people that are prompt and plenty of white people that are late. Call me Latricia then. Yeah, really, exactly. I was late tonight. Yeah.
Of course you were. Of course.
Stop making her point, Martin. If you're late, you run the risk of missing. All right, hold on. I got. Since we're on the topic of black people, hold on a second. Wait, I got to show
black
this one.
people.
I've got to show this. This is hysterical.
Why you apostrophe?
It's unique, and I'm here.
To Querdry.
Right, to Corey Andre.
Lua, Lu, Laha, La,
It's LaDasha.
VAUGA.
Eggs Vydricia.
Benjamin.
Bro, it's Benjamin.
Benjamin. Quandale.
It's Quandale.
QU-ESH.
Quisha.
Placenta.
Placenta is present.
Washer and dryer.
Here.
And you didn't see Letitia because she was late. She didn't even make homeroom. Where was she? Late, Letitia.
I can't. I thought that was appropriate after our conversation. All right. So this is my new favorite politician. Love this man, love this man, love this man. Everybody donate to him. His name is Mark Robinson, running for governor. He's currently the lieutenant governor of North Carolina, running for governor. He's a Republican, and he makes sense. Listen.
There are some people that were talking about reparations in this country. They wanted reparations. And I remember I made this particular liberal so angry at me because I told them right to their face, nobody owes you anything for slavery. If you want to tell the truth about it, it is you who owes. It's you who owes. Why do you owe? Because somebody in those fields took stripes for you. Somebody, after those fields were ended and slavery was ended, somebody had to walk through Jim Crow for you. Somebody fought wars and died for you. Somebody lived less than because they didn't have what you have, and they did it for you. There are people in their graves right now, and they are there because they were willing to stand up and fight for you. Those folks on the Edmund Pettus Bridge carrying American flags, take that, Colin Kaepernick, living in a society that he could scarcely acknowledge, something that he has never known, living with a bigotry that none of us can imagine. Carried American flags on that bridge, and when they were hit upside the head with nightsticks and shot with water hoses and knocked to the ground, they got up and picked those flags up and kept marching. And they did it for you. Nobody owes you anything. If anybody owes, it's you. Because you've been the benefactor of freedom. You are the one that owes. And what do you owe? You owe it to them to get up off your tail and get to school. And when you get to school, you owe it to them to get up off your tail at school and get to work and get some learning in your head. And once you get that schooling in your head and get out of that school, you owe it to them to get to work. And then when you get to work and you get married, you owe it to them to take care of your children and not let the government take care of your children. It's you who owe. Nobody owes you a single solitary thing. The sacrifice and blood that has been laid out in this nation on your behalf, there is a bill at your feet for it. It's time you got up off your tail and went and go pay it.
I'm moving to North Carolina.
I'm giving this man all my money left over after Bidenomics. All my money. Mark Robinson.
Look, chills.
MarkRobinson.com. You gotta go look at him. We gotta help him win. We have to get this man elected. This man speaks the truth. I have hours of his videos. Oh my God, I love him. I love Tim Scott, but I want Trump to pick him as vice president.
That man has balls.
That man has.
Tim Scott is a wonderful man, but he has no balls.
Oh, Tim Scott. Oh, Tim's got balls.
He's very, because he's so conserved. He's very, very conserved. Like
he's not a flamethrower. This guy's a flamethrower. This guy's got huge balls. This guy needs to be our vice president. I sent the video to Trump. I hope that
I'm sure he saw it.
I hope so. Yeah. Well, you never know.
You
You
know what?
never know.
Post it in North Carolina groups. If you put them in there, that's
Oh,
how people
God.
see it.
Well, Colleen's in there, and Colleen's doing her job, trying to get him elected. I am. Make a donation. $10. I know Bidenomics, inflation.
$10.
Give him $10. And you know what? Go to his page and post his videos to your page so other people see him. That's how we get good
Is he
Republicans
on Trump's
elected.
list? Because that woman that I'm like, no.
Oh, Christy Nome, I love her. I love her, but I don't think she's the one. His words were the same words my parents spoke. They spoke about Europe, who brought slavery here. Yeah, he is the man. I need everybody. This is your mission.
Let me tell you something. He's going to run for president one day, and I'll vote for him.
I'll freaking walk the streets for him.
I still have chills.
100. You got to hear him on 2A. You got to hear him on the border. Oh my God. I can't even. I've been posting him all over Twitter. Just please, everybody. The Dems have 2 times what he has in funds. He needs money. $10, everybody. Mark Robinson. I think it's markrobinson.com. Go to, I should know this.
It's probably not. It's probably like for governor or something. Or for NC. It's probably not markrobinson.com.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, he's the lieutenant. No, it's not markrobinson.com.
No, that sounds like it would be a porn, like some guy. Like, no. Don't go give $10 to that website, please. Don't listen to her.
Don't send it there. Mark Robinson, Lieutenant Governor. Let's see.
Maybe for NC.
Oh gosh. Oh, everything's coming up but his page. Oh crap. All right, Mark Robinson
for governor. His website.
Go look for his website. He's got a Facebook. He's got a Twitter. He's got an everything. Government never brings.
And he was
liberty.
on time for that speech.
He's got government. Yeah, he's a candidate.
Mark, I was right. It's Mark.
Somebody. Oh, there you go. And Jen's gone again. All right,
you guys hear me? Can you?
All right, come on. It's been a long day.
Wait, there's 2 different websites. There's Robinson for governor. There's Mark Robinson for.
I don't know. I think Mickey has it. All right, everybody. We are way over. I had so many more videos to show you. I'll show you next week. All right. Remember, come on, YouTube. Give us a rumble. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you follow. No, if you're on YouTube, give us a like. If you're on Rumble, give us a rumble.
You should also subscribe to us on YouTube. Did you drink today?
That's a good idea too. I'm not even drinking tonight. I can't get it straight. Thank goodness. All right, Jenny, last words from you.
Yes, good night. Don't go to markrobinson.com. Don't give any money to that site because
it's markrobinson4nc.com. That's what you got to go to. What happened to Svetlana? She heard about the immigration bill and she was running back to Ukraine.
She's there now. She got there already.
Good night, Billy. I'm trying to drive and laugh. Well, one is not linked to the other. I mean, unless you laugh with your head.
You can't drive and laugh.
I can't walk and chew gum. Good night. Good night. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Donate to Mark Robinson. All right, we're gone. Bye.